Leon James in the close lane. Daddy G in the far lane. Daddy G out front again. Over the second jump, Leon James barrel rolls it forward, dumping all of his tires out. We haven't seen that before, folks. End over end, tail over nose. Look at that. Loses all his tires. Looks like Daddy G does save a few tires. Score. They switch lanes for race 2. They are out of there over the first jump. Some contact and holy sh! There's bodies everywhere. Cut. We can't show this on YouTube. We can't show this. Cut the cameras right now. Cut. What are you doing? Cut. Take care of it. Okay, we're back. Let's take a look what happened here as the track crew cleans up that mess. Lone Star cuts off Boog. Boog pushes him. Lone Star was unable to make the jump. Clips the landing ramp. Boog crashes into Lone Star. Tires go flying everywhere. I'm not sure what Grey Wizard's got in that long bed F-150, but it is faster than that Ford Lightning. Look out. Whoa, Coots flies off the track. Luckily does not hit any spectators or do any damage to the track. We will see if he is okay. There you see Grey Wizard cutting to the right, maybe pushing Coots off the track. He is off the track currently, smashes into that Jersey barrier and goes rolling and literally flies over the top of Ben's head in that cage. Luckily, we will not be testing that cage this round. Let's take a look at that from a different angle as we see the slow-moving tire roll down to the finish line. Coots off the track, barrel rolling, hits the track, flips over top of Ben's head. This is the moment where Ben might have crapped his pants a little bit. The back of the truck. They're lined up for race 3 and they are off. Looks like Coop had an early start, but Baby Richie came back. Oh my gosh, Coop bounces off the Jersey barrier, flies off the track. I see pieces of the track laying in the center of the track, tires flying everywhere. Watch this slow motion replay. You'll see tires are literally everywhere. There's Coop ricocheting off that Jersey barrier, throwing his tires off the track. 2 points. They will switch lanes and run them again. Boondocks out front by a quarter of a car as they go over the first jump. Just kidding, that's not a car, that's a truck. Let's slow that down, watch it again. Looks like Boondocks pushes Giorgio off the right side this time. Giorgio hits that Jersey barrier, goes flying, luckily was able to keep it on the track to save 2 points. It looks like Boondocks is playing dirty out there. If you can't beat him, you might as well push him off the track. That is actually a sticker on the back of Boondocks' truck, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look. Final race. Group 14, Rainier Rally, round 1. Boondocks out front, Giorgio off the track again, and he goes flying. I'm not even sure if he crossed the finish line, and Ben Flatten, the photographer, has another extremely close call. Let's slow this down and watch the finish. He hits that Jersey barrier, flies, throw over top of Ben's head. Again, Ben is probably changing his shorts right now. Do they give him any points? It looks like he does cross the plane of the finish line, and the judges will give him 2 points, but we'll see if more doors means more scores here. Or maybe it won't. Daddy G out front. Daddy G off the Jersey barrier, absolutely goes flying. There is tires literally everywhere. I'm telling you this because it took me 15 minutes to find the tires after the race. They were scattered all over the room. I did not know where they were. Daddy G completely off the track. He will get no points, no tires. Let's take a look at that aerial view. Boog crosses the finish line on his roof. We have Sneaky Bob in the close lane, Flip in the far lane. They're off over the first jump. They are side by side. Flip gets sideways and hits the barrier, pushing Sneaky Bob off the track and into those trees. That is a nasty wreck. As we zoom in to see if Sneaky Bob is okay, it does appear that he is inside the truck moving. Let's watch that back in slow motion here. Flip gets sideways, hits that Jersey barrier. As we freeze frame across the finish line, we see Flip winning. Sneaky Bob does cross the finish line over the track, so he does. Let's take a look at that and see what happened to Ben and his cage. Sneaky Bob loses a tire right there as they freeze frame it. That tire is heading straight towards Ben's cage. It strikes his cage and goes flying, but Ben is nowhere to be found. Let's take a look at Ben's camera angle and see what happened. There you see that tire leave Sneaky Bob's truck and hit the cage. And Ben was literally just saved by his DIY retrofit cage that he built to go around him to photograph the tiny track car's tired truck event. What's he checking out under there? I don't know. There we go. Race 3. Doc in the close lane. Daddy G in the far lane. Daddy G sideways. Doc off the Jersey barrier and goes flying off the track. That was one nasty, nasty, nasty wreck. Maybe it's the sunshine in the middle of the track. Maybe Doc was unable to see Daddy G right in front of him. Had to slam on the brakes, went hard right, and hit that Jersey barrier, and absolutely went flying. We have confirmed that Doc is okay. He's down by 9 points. He needs a miracle. Actually, it's impossible for Doc to move on. Hopefully, he just finishes this race. Doc off the track again, and he doesn't even make it to the finish line. He is out there in the woods. I want to see what happened to Doc. Doc looked like he might have been trying to get back at Daddy G here. He cuts to the left, misses Daddy G, drives off the track, catches some really thick grass apparently, because grass is heavy enough to make cars flip upside down, takes out a tree. Man, those Douglas firs are not what they used to be. You know, that wood and lumber these days is just not what it used to be back in my day, you know what I'm saying? Now, we have Sneaky Bob and Encount in the close lane. Mr. Dark and Numbskull in the far lane. Oh my god, the suspense is killing me. Just go already. Go! And they're going. Sneaky Bob out front, followed by Mr. Dark. Mr. Dark goes off the track and goes flying. And folks, I don't see Ben Flatten. I see a Jersey barrier knocked over. There's no sign of Ben. Let's slow it down and take a closer look at what might have happened in this race. Sneaky Bob steers to the right, pushes Mr. Dark in the air. He hits a Jersey barrier. Encount pushes Mr. Dark, and he goes flying. Does a lot of 360s. Luckily, he has a helmet on and a roll cage. He is safe, but Ben Flatten, I am not sure his condition at this point. You see a Jersey barrier flying over towards the pits there, hitting multiple people. I hope they're okay. Wow, that Jersey barrier is flying. Ben Flatten gets hit by a truck in a Jersey barrier at a ridiculous speed of 196 miles per hour. I can't convert that into kilometers for you because I don't know how. There is Ben Flatten face down. There is a paramedic on site. Ben is not moving, as you see Mr. Dark in the background. We'll take another look. They do have Ben Flatten on the flatbed stretcher, getting him loaded into the ambulance. It looks like he is unconscious and not moving, but the paramedics are miracle workers. I'm sure they will be able to bring. Oh, I don't know what to think about that. Ben Flatten, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the man a round of applause. He has risked his life being out there on the track to document the tired truck tournament. I would hate to see anything happen to him. I hope he is okay. However, the races must go on.